What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we actually have a little surprise for the Integra, which I know you guys are excited to finally have Integra content back on the channel. But to make sure we could get all the power out of the car and to have a little clout in the street, we're finally going on E. We're going to corn.
Cone.
One, because it's what you need to actually make as much power as you can, like from pump E, like straight from the gas station. Nothing like crazy like methanol or some C whatever. No, race gas. No, I'm talking about something that you can obtain just by going to a gas station. And two, because I want to be cool and be like, yeah, bro, my car's on E. What's up? But other than that, it's needed. Okay, it's gonna make the car run better and not have to worry about like detonation and blowing the motor up, because the E runs cooler. And then if I really need to, I'm gonna have actually a flex fuel tune, which lets me go to back to 93 or E85, or have a mix of both, which is great for when you're out in places that there's no E. But luckily by me, there's like two E stations, probably like, I want to say like 20 minutes away from me. And the kit we're actually going with is none other than JBTuned. Shout out to JBTuned. I got this kit around, I want to say 2 years ago, when we had the first build of the first version of the boosted Integra, and that didn't work out. But I never put E on it, so it's literally just been sitting here. But today we're actually going to put it on finally, because I'm trying to make all the power and safely. So we went with the JBTuned kit right here. It's the full conversion for the Integra, the DC2 chassis. Comes with your return line and your feed line, and then you have your little hanger mod here, because you do have to do some modification to your stock hanger. And then you have over here, I bought this extra, it's for the fuel rail. I have the AN fuel rail, so this is all the connections to connect AN lines to. And then I have right here my quick disconnect and the supplied pigtail for the flex fuel sensor, as well as a beautiful inline filter. So first things first, you want to start off obviously by going to the back of your car. And in here, I haven't been in here in a while, but as I start to remember how everything goes, all you got to do is literally just take apart this, right? And then your fuel pump is going to be, and your little hanger is going to be in there, obviously. And then you have to go underneath the car, and we'll get to that point soon. But when you go underneath the car, that's when you have to actually take apart your fuel lines and take them off. And then you're going to transfer those fuel lines that are included, and you're going to take those all the way to the front. But your feed and your return line, they're actually going to be switched. I'll show you guys in a second what I'm talking about. But yeah, you're literally going to switch them. For example, your feed is going to be your return line, and then your new return line is going to be your new feed line. But it's going to make sense, so don't worry. So quickly, I'm going to take these off and expose the fuel pump. And then from there, I'm going to show you exactly what I do afterwards. So now we have the fuel pumped out, right? I had a subscriber ask me back in the day, since it was held on by little zip ties, like any zip ties, weren't nothing special. He asked me, he was like, hey, did the zip ties hold on? Like, did they like disintegrate in the fuel or anything? And they didn't. They were perfectly fine. I literally just clipped them off now, just because, I need the fuel pump off. But they held up fine. But I don't know if that's a good thing or not, so you do that on your own precaution. All right, yeah, don't copy me and it goes bad for you. Is not my fault. So this is what your fuel pump hanger is actually going to look like after you're done. See, no fuel pump, nothing. I took the wiring off. This little ground bolt or screw does not want to come off, because in the back it's like, I don't freaking know, it's some pressure thing for it doesn't back out, I guess, or maybe mine's just broken. But you see this, your feed line right there, that's gonna be your new return. And then this right here is gonna come off right here. This is your actual return line, which is now your feed line. And that's gonna make sense, as in like, you're gonna cut the return line off, which is this one. Don't cut this one off, this one, right? You're gonna cut it off on top and underneath, right? And then you're gonna drill in, make a hole, and then with the provided hardware, you're literally gonna make the AN fitting, which is gonna be for your feed line. So it's gonna come out through there, right? And then from the bottom, that's where you're gonna connect to your actual fuel pump. So that's why it's your feed, see? And then this one is now just gonna be the drain. So your return line. So let's do that real quick. And then I'll show you guys basically the end process of it. So if you do have the factory wiring like me, I'm trying my best to see how to keep it, or what I'm supposed to do to fix it, because from what I've seen, I think it's aftermarket wiring for your fuel pump, but obviously I don't have it. I have this, so I'm gonna try to keep it that way. All right, so we're all done with the fuel pump now. As you could see, remember how I told you your feed line now becomes a return, and then your return line becomes your feed line. So this is what I was talking about. The JBTuned package comes with this little quick disconnect, which is right here, right? This is gonna be your return line now. And then you have this little -6 or whatever size you got fitting here, right? And all you gotta do is drill that little portion out. That was where your return line was at, which we cut off. And as you could see, you come with the washers and everything and just get them right there nice and snug. And I kept the stock wiring like I wanted to, since I don't have, I figured it out, it's actually a kit that he sells as well. It's for your wiring harness for your fuel pump, but they're sold out, so I can't buy one right now. So I just kept the stock one. Maybe another day I'll do the little upgrade since I already have the part. But this is super simple, and I thought it was going to be harder, but it really isn't. So right here on this little hanger, you need to notch it. You see where it holds up right here, this like part. See if I can get a better view for you guys. But this whole frame area, right? You need to notch it. So it used to come all the way like up to like here. So all I did was cut it and then grinded it down all the way down to like halfway where this nut could fit perfect and snug and have a lot of space for like movement or whatever, if I could just put it in without having to touch anything and actually tighten it. And that's super simple. Like he even includes the little feed line for your fuel pump. See, goes in like that. See, that's your new return line now, which just goes from directly from there straight down, boom, return line. And then this is now your new feed. So it's gonna whoop, follow this tube down, and then directly into your fuel pump. Fuel pump and hanger mod are now done. Onto the fuel lines. So while I was trying to actually take the fuel lines off and get everything ready for I could put the new fuel lines in, I kind of did something bad and accidentally broke my brake lines. But it's okay. It's okay. I already ordered new brake lines and they already came in, so we don't gotta wait for that anymore. But they were like super rusty, so I needed to get them changed regardless. Luckily they broke here now instead of actually breaking while I was driving. So at least that's the only good thing that came from that. I got some eBay steel braided lines that this guy sells a whole complete kit for. There was just the rear brake lines, so I just got the whole kit, and it looks literally super simple. It's just all you got to do is just reroute it through the same tunnel or channel that your original brake lines came through, and that's literally it. But right here are the brake lines, like, and the fuel lines as well. But like, look at that, bro. That needed to be replaced regardless. Like, it's disgusting. This thing was a freaking hazard waiting to happen. Like, this was gonna break. So these are the upgraded lines that I got. If you know about like Stop Tech, they sell like a little kit that you could get for your brake lines, which is literally looks exactly like this, but we got the whole package instead. Obviously not from Stop Tech, but here it is. See, everything is measured out perfectly and it looks top quality. So like always, I'm gonna leave obviously the link in the description. So if you want to get your own for your Integra, just go down there and click on it. All right, so this is what it looks like. You see, this is now your feed line, like I said, which is the one that's 120 degrees. If you have it right here, if you're looking at the little bag it comes with, see, 120 degree hanger, and then that's your feed line, right? So right there. This is the 120 degree. It almost looks like a 90, but obviously it goes more because 120. And then you have this one, which is your return line, which is right there, which is your 90 and your 45. The 90 is obviously for the flex fuel sensor, it says right there. And then your 45, which is right here, hidden inside right there. So like what I did is I took the fuel line right here and then I threaded it in to the little quick disconnect. And then once the fuel pump and the hanger were in, I then put the quick disconnect in and connected it like that. And then this, all you have to do is literally just pull it out and obviously tighten it there. So it's not that hard. All right, so like I told you guys, I was going to show you the brake lines that I got from eBay. They're right here. Everything is assembled and ready to go. Everything is routed under the car using the OEM, actually like the OEM mounting points, which is perfect and ready to go. All right, so now that we have all the fuel stuff and brake lines all situated, now we literally got to put the motor in to actually, connect it, obviously. But we're going to go out with the old 1000cc injectors here and in with the new. So I got these from FIC. These are 2150 injectors. So this should be more than enough fuel for the power goal we're trying to achieve.
One eternity later.
All right, so I have everything wired up basically before it gets into the actual car. So this is what you do. You get the filter, right? This is gonna be your fuel feed line. So your fuel feed line is literally gonna connect right here to the back of the filter. JBTuned, if you have the kit, includes all of this. You got a ticket though, you gotta buy it, you know what I mean? But it includes all of this, so you shouldn't have any problems. So feed line, boom, goes through the filter, right? Then it goes to the driver's side of your fuel rail, which goes literally right there, right? He provides, again, all these little fittings that you need. Then it goes through your fuel rail, down to your regulator, right? This is your fuel pressure regulator. You need to get like an aftermarket one. You can't use a stock one or whatever. So, right, goes in through fuel pressure regulator, and then it goes down from the underneath to your return line, which is, this is going to be a return line, right? But it connects to the flex fuel sensor right there. Boom. So flex fuel sensor, and then you connect right here the return line that goes right back to your tank. That's how simple it is. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys here. I'm going to create another video of me putting the actual motor in the car. So because that's probably going to incorporate like the first start and everything. So I don't want to make this video too long. But this was like a nice little install for you guys that wanted to go E85. Simple setup. Perfect. If you don't want to find all like the lines yourself and everything, just go to JBTuned and just get everything there, right? So thank you guys for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.